It's official, boys. Twitch has finally gone off of its rocker and has allowed off-brand anime content on it. They actually allow it now, with some caveats here and there, and I never thought I would see the day. Let's roll that Noble News intro because it's been a while since I've done that. It looks cool. Come on, give a like for it. Now, there's lots of things out here that I would never think I would see in the year 2023, but one of the best things that I've seen, and I'm not going to say this with a negative tone, is the fact that Twitch is now allowing off-brand content on there. And it's not all off-brand content. And I'm going to explain to you in exact detail what it allows and what led up to this point, because oh boy, is it one heck of a tale. So it all started with this streamer called 𝘏𝘌𝘕𝘛𝘈𝘐. And I say streamer, but let's just say someone that is innovative in the field of content creation. And what she did is decide to push the rules just slightly. You know how this game goes. Streamers always try to push the rules in order to see just how far they can get away with stuff. And I have been guilty of this in the past. I don't think it's a crime. I wanted to do some fun, kind of outlandish content, and I definitely have suffered for it, being banned from this platform 2, possibly 3 times now. But I came back, okay? We're good. And I mostly figured out what YouTube likes now, and I think we're on the cool side now. Thanks, YouTube. Very cool. Anyway, she was playing the dangerous game of, hey, what if I just stream the top half of me, even though I'm completely topless and everything below? That's the game she played. She would jiggle. I think 𝘏𝘌𝘕𝘛𝘈𝘐 basically reacted to her. That was something to behold, to say the least, out there. The fact that they smacked together and all that, I cannot show that on YouTube. On Twitch, it's something else because it's allowed on that platform. On YouTube, I cannot. And she got banned for it, okay? Let's not just say she got away with it. No, she got a ban for it. I don't know for how long, but it was probably maybe a day or even just a few. Maybe not even a day. It wasn't long because she came back on the platform when they announced a laundry list of new rules, and she changed it forever because they're like, okay, we need to be more specific with what we allow on Twitch. So now let's go over the rules here together, all right? There's a huge laundry list of things going on here of what they're saying and things like this. I'm gonna do my best to perfectly summarize this, so I'm just not here all day just reading from a thing over here, a script, okay? Let's make it entertaining. Basically put, they have a content classification guideline that has 2 different layers here. Well, 3 technically. You have the neutral layer of not needing any sort of tag on your stream, and you could have some sort of content on it that's a little bit edgy, everything like you're playing The Witcher or something like that, where it's not like the main thing. And then 2, you can have a, let's just label this fun content now, because that's exactly what it is. It's fun themed content. It's the best way to do it, because as someone who's made a lot of fun themed content in the past, that's what I was having. Basically put, you need to have this tag under your streams, and you need to have it present if you're doing any sort of fun themed content. And if you don't, you could be punished. Although there is some exceptions where it's actually now okay just to not even include it now, because it's you could just do it. So they relaxed quite a bit on this. The main reason why they're doing all this now is because, you know, this Asian bunny, well, she appeared on the front page. And when something appears on the front page as your face of the entire platform, and it's right there in my face, and when I went to go like raid somebody just the other day, I was like, okay, let me see if I can find somebody. I hit the home page and I see her with like 10K people all watching her jiggle around and doing all sorts of things in my recommended section. I'm like, well, there you go. There's the face of Twitch. And again, I'm not crapping on this out here, okay? Girl's gonna run her thing out here. I mean, I'm gonna let her do it. If it's allowed, it's allowed, man. It's cool, me. But Twitch is like, yeah, I can see this is problematic because we don't want the entirety of Twitter or X or any other sorts of social media just labeling us as we're that kind of website now. So they're trying to get it off the face of YouTube, so it's no longer gonna be recommended in the homepage. Not that if you ever use these tags, because they have explicitly stated that if you use these tags, you're going to be fine in the future. If you do future streams, you can take the tag off. It's perfectly fine if you're doing normal content, and you will be able to be put in the homepage and all sorts of other benefits. You're not going to be hidden from the recommended bar either. You're just not going to be in the homepage. And it's not just the fun themes that are discontinued to not be allowed. They also included like drugs or violence or gambling and any sort of that. It will no longer be there. So it's not just the fun themes, but this is mostly aimed at, you know, the big target there, which is the fun themes. So now let's get on to the fun thing here and what is specifically allowed, because they actually, you know, they flopped their wang on the table out here and they said, this is specifically what we will allow. You can do all of this, and it's kind of crazy. So let's get into it. Previously prohibited, but now allowed with the label. Content that deliberately highlights the booba, the backstory, and the pelvic, even when fully clothed. So you know how it is on X, they will always complain and saying like, hey, guess what? Oh, sorry, did I call it X? Twitter, my bad. They're like, hey, we got banned for all this. This girl does more booba than me, but I was the one that was banned, and I've seen it all the times out there. I saw my friends get penalized for some of the silliest things out there, and I mean, it's just a few days. It actually gets you more publicity, and it gives you more stream advertisement. It actually helps you in the long run. So, I mean, I don't know, but it is what it is. So yeah, they're like, hey, as long as you have this label, dude, shake it all you want, man. OnlyFans girls are definitely gonna rejoice, or Fansly, or whatever they are now. Here's the big one though. Fictionalized, drawn, animated, or sculpted, fully exposed, female presenting booba or genital or any other sort of thing out there, regardless of gender. This is a thriving artist community on Twitch, and this policy was overly punitive and did not reflect the impact of the content. So basically, they just said, we're gonna allow off-brand on this website. It's fine if it's animated. Again, they're not gonna fully allow like some of the, you know what I mean, the hardcore stuff out there. But if you're just there, fully natural, shaking your moneymaker with your physics and your new VTuber model, you can do that. Melody's gonna have a field day with this one, is all I'm gonna say. Faye and Melody, I think, are gonna be the biggest winners that I have ever seen of this policy change. Let's just say, browsing through, just chatting, I definitely found some interesting streams. One of them being someone that I collabed with thanks to Nux Taku, being Marina, where she shows, you know, her full model, her doing her little thing. We're clipped offside of camera, just like the meta was on Twitch, and casing all the lewd art and getting tons of new followers, tons of new things, and it's perfectly allowed. It has happened, it is hit, it is real. I really can't show much of all this out there, but I mean, I can at least name a few of them, I suppose, if I really want to. But yeah, they were there. But the main thing is, if you went to the art category, oh boy, has that category completely changed. All of the top streams were just lewd streams featuring all the fun content out there. Even Rubber Ross was on there saying like, I can draw this now, I'm going to do it. And Professor Lando was drawing Rouge the Bat, good for him. Reminds me of Dongo Hart, who loves Rouge the Bat too. I mean, a lot of people out here winning is all I'm gonna say. So not only can you be a VTuber fully exposed, but you could be a fully exposed VTuber drawing fully exposed VTubers, animating and rigging them so you have all sorts of jiggle physics with all your different art in the corner of all the different loose. You can just go crazy ham with this. Okay, so this is Noble from the future here, and I just want to clarify a few things. The rules kind of state that yes, VTubers do kind of count as art as long as they're stationary, but there's been a little bit of a mix up here because, you know, Twitch's old TOS still says that VTubers are still treated as regular humans, and therefore the humans that, you know, the rules still apply to them just like normal humans. So obviously VTubers can't be, whoa, swinging those things out everywhere. But with the new TOS, I mean, technically it is still art, so who's to say? And the VTubers that I still see not banned on Twitch are still following that. Yes, they may have their whole completely fun avatar right next to them, but they're the ones that they're showing, they're still covered up their bits, the one in their model and stuff like that. So I don't exactly know where this goes. So I just don't go completely crazy out there. All right, is what I'm saying. Honestly, I just think this applies mostly to the art categories where this one was going. And that's not just all of, there's still more here. Let's get over, we got more. Body running on female presenting booba and or other things, regardless of gender. The Twitch attire policy allows body art on booba and anything. So this change makes these policies consistent. And yes, that was there. They allowed it, and now they're just strictly restating it again. They're used to paint all over them. Girls used to do this all the time. It's not anything new. Body art is something that's been around and they haven't gotten rid of. Erotic dances that involve disrobing or disrobing gestures such as strip teases. Now allowed. So I'm like, okay, so you could do the dances, you could disrobe, you could go crazy with all this. Like, holy smokes, man. This is now the new softcore. Actually, it's not even softcore anymore. You could just show it. So like, this is just crazy to me. And to be a little bit more specific to the changes to popular dances such as twerking, grinding, pole dancing are now allowed without a label. You can shake your moneymaker, you can twerk, you can grind on your pole on stream, and you could just throw it all down. And you don't even need a label anymore, man. You could just watch them, which is crazy. Just as long as you don't go inside of an actual strip club, you're going to be fine now. So like, I'm actually kind of happy for this. Now, here's the thing that's a little bit of a gray area for me. So you're like, Noble, does this mean you can now stream your visual novel games that have all the fun content on Twitch? Well, let's read what this says. How does Twitch handle fun in gaming? We handle fun in games in two ways. First, games featuring fun, kind of violence, and as a core focus or a feature are entirely prohibited. Custom gameplay or visual modifications that include fun or fun content, including uncensored patches and otherwise allowed games, are prohibited. So, sorry to say this, but you know, you can't really do the patch for Nekopara. It's not gonna happen. You cannot do that. So you can draw all you want, you can show all that other stuff, but if you play that game that features any sorts of that other stuff, you're going down. So again, I can't do the fun visual novels on Twitch still. They're still not gonna be very happy with that. Second, for games where fun is not the core focus or feature, mature rated games content classification label is sufficient for incidental fun. However, the fun themes label must be applied to the game that focuses on fun. It is what it is. You have to have the label is, it's for like Neptunia, where it shows sometimes a fanny or two. Like that's where something where I could get away with it and not have to worry about that. Cause I was slightly worried about that before on Twitch. But now it doesn't seem to be a big issue. So, you know, some of the fun Japanese games like Senran Kagura, where it shows like just erotic things, nothing too crazy, I think are gonna be perfectly fine. So I still don't know how the stance on Honey Pop is gonna be for this. They still banned that one. That's still on the ban list. I don't know if they're gonna allow it now with you know, no uncensored patch on it. I don't know, probably not. This one mainly applies to VR chat. Users may not engage in simulated fun activities or ERP with other players in online games. Games that primarily consist of user-generated content, in-game roleplay, or interaction in virtual reality are not exempt for this policy. That one was a straight shot at those VR chatters. It's like, no, don't you dare do that now. It is kind of strange. They don't allow that kind of stuff, but like pole dancing and other things, but like in VR chat where it's just all fake, I don't know, but at least they are being clear on what is and what isn't allowed. Now, the rest of these questions basically are concerns that, hey, if I use these labels, am I going to be punished for using them? And no. As long as you change to whatever thing that you're doing in the future and use the appropriate labels, you can be recommended again and all that other stuff. The final one that is interesting here is what happens if you don't use the right content classification label. They will issue you warnings. They will put the label on the stream. And if you continue repeatedly not using it, it will be permanently attached to your stream, but you will not be suspended. That's kind of crazy to me that they're that lenient. They're not going to issue a ban or anything like that. That's crazy. I mean, it sucks that you're always going to have this, you know, thing attached to your streams, but I feel like some people will actually be very happy having that attached to their streams because they won't have to worry about oh my God, think of the children and other stuff like that. When Twitch is primarily and always has been an adult website garnered towards people that are, you know, adults. Because let's face it, you can never really fully moderate and have things that are safe for kids on a live streaming platform. Things are going to happen. Things are going to slip up. You're not going to be able to safeguard everything, all right? You cannot be kid-friendly on a live thing. It's just not going to happen 100% of the time. Things are going to happen. Accidents are going to happen. Well, as YouTube, you could definitely have a whole audience garnered and catered to all that because there are videos that are posted there. You can easily filter in all the good ones into one little pool for every kid to be happy there. Although YouTube has had some problems in the past with that and probably still does. I don't know. There's some weird videos out there. I'm not going to dive into that topic. Now, when I say that all of this is completely 100% accurate with whatever their judgments are, I wouldn't take whatever I say for my word out here. Twitch people can change their minds at any time, just like they changed their policy here. They change their policies all the time, all right? Whether or not you could be a dancing VTuber just skipping to the loo out there showing off everything, I don't particularly know if that's going to be allowed for much longer. Because, you know, maybe it's all allowed right now because I'm seeing all these streams pop up everywhere right now. They may just be banned tomorrow when this video uploads. I have no idea. Hey, look, it's Noble from the future yet again. Wow, we have some exciting updates to what's going on here on Twitch as well. Good thing we waited a little bit. So it turns out there has been some bans passed around. One of them being to the spotlighted streamer that's going to be the thumbnail here. Turns out they were also banned as well. Thankfully for Marina, it's only a 3-day ban, along with a lot of other people that were, let's just say, having a little fun with this new change. Also got 3-day bans, but that's not just the end of it though. There were also some artists that were going a little bit above and beyond what they had, the scope of what they deemed appropriate, I guess. There was a furry artist that drew a giant furry wiener that was erect. When I say giant, I mean like giant. Yeah, that guy got banned as well, and you know, I don't exactly know why. Technically that falls within the scope of what they were allowing, but I guess maybe there's a size limit. I'm not exactly certain. Again, you cannot take Twitch too seriously with some of these updates, even though they said they were being clear with some of their content guidelines. I guess it's not clear enough considering that there were still artists that were getting banned. As I'm watching right now, it seems Professor Lando, after drawing a complete Rouge the Bat, no harm, no foul there, you know? That's perfectly acceptable. So you can still draw some artistic, fun stuff, to say the least, but I guess not too fun. One of the other prominent streamers that was banned is Annie, and I feel a little bad for her because, you know, I've collabed with her a little bit in the past there too. She's super sweet, super cool. Looks like she got mass reported for, I guess they were too young or something like that. It's still not quite clear exactly. Maybe it was her that she was trying to show off there that appeared too young, so they're like, yeah, you can't do that. I don't know, man. Again, it's only 3-day bans that what I'm seeing are on, maybe a little bit more, maybe a week ban too. It's not perma at the very least, and it is going to be at least publicity for them being banned like it always is, because a lot of these streamers that are going away from doing this gained thousands of followers, getting all of this attention online and stuff like that. They definitely got a big career boost out of doing this still. But, you know, they did get banned, so it's not always sunshine and rainbows. Again, I was trying to say, you know, like, Twitch and their guidelines are never going to be 100% clear. Yeah, and people out there are always going to take it to far extremes as well. And this goes from both sides. So after all this, I'm sure there's going to be at least common ground somewhere in the middle. And it still looks like those artistic fun images are still going to be a-okay for the most part, as long as they don't go too fun. So now here comes the fun thing of what do you actually think of all these new changes? Are you happy that this kind of stuff is going on, that there's more freedom for people to do just kind of whatever they want, and it's kind of just nice just to have it all just flop out, you know, as they say? Or are you kind of against this because you don't want to see a gaming site that was primarily founded as a gaming site turn into some sort of softcore OnlyFans or something of the sort there. As I don't know. I'm still kind of in the middle of this. I think this is kind of liberating, and I don't think the entire website is going to suffer. I just think it's going to have a new subsection open where a lot of the degenerates and down bad people are going to go, well, you still have all the other content that's, you know, that's been normally consumed on Twitch is still going to be there. I think people take things a little bit too far, but who knows? Honestly, I see this as VTubers getting a huge advantage on Twitch now with the kind of things that they can do, since they are just artwork and they're considered artwork. But I don't know, we'll see where this goes. So leave a like in the comments if you're excited for any of this kind of news update content. Maybe I can do a follow-up if anything that's exciting happens in the future regarding this too. Stay tuned, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you beautiful sons of guns in the next video.